Julia and Ginger.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā koutou e te whare. The Green Party is supporting the New Zealand Business Number Bill. As members of the House will know, I'm sure they listen very closely to Green Party speeches, and the overarching aim of the Green Party's economic policy is to facilitate a transition to a smarter, greener, fairer economy, one that ensures that future generations will have all the benefits that we have, and that ensures that every person in New Zealand has every opportunity to be the best they can be and aren't undermined by for example, a lack of money on the part of their parents. So contrary to what our opponents claim, I'd say an important part of this transition is fostering strong New Zealand businesses, particularly those that work to support communities in the environment, and we want to ensure that they're able to do so, that they aren't undermined by competition that undercuts them by increasing pollution or, to that end, I'd say the Greens would be very supportive of any initiatives that reduce the time and cost of doing business without compromising those higher level goals of creating a greener and fairer New Zealand. And so this bill, on the face of it, looks like a smart initiative that should make doing business easier and more efficient, especially for SMEs, and we think they're quite important. Assigning businesses one unique identifying number that can be used for a number of different purposes is a sensible way to reduce administration costs and make it more efficient. It should make it simpler for businesses themselves to interact with government agencies as well as with each other. And it could enable government to better collect and share information that would enable targeted services and policies for business. We do, of course, have the same concerns that have been expressed by other members here in the House tonight about the impacts on privacy, particularly as this government, the national government, has a poor record. We've seen a couple of ministers release private information held by government agencies just to score political points. And so we have some real concerns about what that could mean, having this unique identifying number and greater interaction between sharing of data means that the system becomes a little less resilient. There's this trade-off between efficiency and resilience generally. And so while we'll have something that's more efficient, it is more susceptible to breaches of privacy and potentially hacking. But I note in the regulatory impact statement that most of the privacy concerns the Privacy Commissioner, for example, thought could be addressed. And so that's something we'll be looking at very carefully and closely during the Select Committee process. The devil really is in the detail, whether or not this will pay off. Obviously, there have been other moves towards centralization, like, for example, the Auckland Super City merger, which was supposed to deliver benefits, but in fact has made the bureaucracy even more unwieldy for your average citizen to deal with. So it all depends on how it's implemented. And I think we'll have to watch the submissions and Select Committee carefully and explore the different opportunities. And I'm sure it'll be an iterative process if the bill is passed of learning what works and what doesn't work. I'd say that the opportunities provided by getting government agencies to not be so siloed don't just apply to administration, and the savings costs of, like, for example, this bill, according to the regulatory impact statement, we might see something like $30 to $50 million in savings. Now, when you spread that out across the entire economy, that's not really a huge impact. I'd say the Green Party is interested in finding even bigger savings for businesses and households in New Zealand. And the big ones are transport, buildings, energy. If we did those things smarter, and we have the ability to do that, then we know we could save billions of dollars each year for businesses and households and reduce environmental pollution. And I think surely those sorts of win-wins are achievable in policy and are something that should be pursued by this government if it genuinely believes in long-term sustainable economic development that looks after people and the environment. So while we'll be supporting this bill, I think that a smarter, greener approach to policy across the board would deliver much greater savings to business and households here in New Zealand and ensure that we protect all the things we really love about New Zealand well into the future. Thank you.
Jacinda.